On the 13th day of Grotmas, GW gave to me also Drukhari and Harlequins somehow. Welcome to the Grotmas Detachment Show, where each and every day from December 1st to the 24th, Games Workshop releases a new detachment for every army in Warhammer 40k. It's an exciting time and there's a lot to talk about. So let's break it down for you and give you an easy to understand first look at these detachments. Happy Grotmas, everybody! Welcome to the Reaper's Wager, a wild and wacky detachment for you players who want to do strange things with your models. This detachment is all about a bet that a Harlequin and a Dark Eldar had. Yes, I'm not joking, that's literally the lore behind this. So let's dive on into it. You're going to be getting benefits for half your army, which is Drukhari, and half your army, which is Harlequins, depending on who is currently winning the wager at the time. Starting off with your army composition, in this style list, up to half your army, more or less, can be Harlequins. This will be 1,000 points in a 2k game. The way it works is you have a special rule called Callous Competition. At the start of the battle, the Drukhari are winning the wager. What does that mean? We'll find out more later. Each time a Drukhari unit kills an enemy unit, they are winning the wager. And each time a Harlequins unit destroys an enemy unit, the Harlequins are now winning the wager. While Harlequins are winning the wager, Drukhari are losing the wager, and vice versa. With me so far? Next up, we've got Drukhari and Harlequins reroll hit rolls of 1, and if they are currently losing the wager, you can also reroll wound rolls of 1. So a minor buff, but obviously we're going to have a passing of the torch back and forth as you attempt to leverage different buffs on different units from these two factions. We have 4 enhancements, all of which have very cool names. Starting off with Arch Raider at 15 points. You can put this on a Harlequin or Drukhari model, and it gives their units dedicated transport, the Scout 9-inch ability. It's a great ability, honestly, lets you kind of get up on the board early with either unit. Webway Walker is 15 points, again can be put on either a Harlequin or Drukhari model, and their unit gains Deep Strike. If that unit is currently losing the wager, then you can also reroll charges on the turn that they come in. Gaining Deep Strike is cute, rerolling the charges is a nice salute to the fact that ultimately these are two very melee-based factions, and they want to get into combat. Next up, Reaper's Cowl, also very cool for 25 points. This goes on a Harlequin model, and their unit gains Stealth and Infiltrate. I'm a big fan of this ability as it means you don't necessarily have to take the Shadows here to get the buffs, and Infiltrate is very nice. Finally, Conductor of Torment, choo-choo, for 20 points. You can put this on a Drukhari model, and in your command phase, you can do one of the following. If the Drukhari are losing the wager, you can gain a pain token, and they are now winning the wager. If the Drukhari are already winning, you can discard a pain token, and now the Harlequins are winning the bet. And finally, the stratagems. Malicious Frenzy is a 1 CP strat. In the shooting or the fight phase, one Drukhari or Harlequins unit gains lethal or sustained hits. Honestly, not a bad ability. Fateful roll for 1 CP is Fight on Death on a 4+, and this goes to a 3+ if that unit's faction is losing the wager. Nice thing about this is you can use it on either Harlequin or Drukhari units. The Murderer's Circus, another fantastic name, for 1 CP is -1 to be hit in melee on either faction, and Shorten the Odds, another 1 CP stratagem, allows the unit to advance and charge, and can also be used on both factions. Very strong abilities here, -1 to hit, advance and charge, Fight on Death. What's not to like here? Mostly just the awkward mechanic of flipping this thing back and forth, to be honest. Scintillating Tempo for 1 CP allows a unit to not be overwatched for the rest of the phase. And finally, clocking in at 2 CP, the Danse Macabre is a reactive move for a Drukhari or Harlequin's infantry unit. It is a D6 move if someone moves within 9 inches, or a flat 6 if they are losing the wager. I have to say, this is a pretty wild detachment. I do like a lot of the abilities that they get. I don't think it's quite enough to help shore up some of these weaker units, in particular, of course, looking at the Harlequins, but I do really like the concept. It's fun, it's silly, it's thematic, and I think it'll be fun to play. Here's hoping that when these units get their codexes, we'll see a bit of a bump to the base profiles. Of course, let me know what you're thinking. Are there any wacky combinations you're excited to play in this mad wager? And what are you looking forward to in tomorrow's releases?